So hello and welcome back to my channel. Let us look at this video of the Prime Minister of Italy who have identified project in Africa, billion of euros intended to invest in Africa. This project, they are going to make Africa to realize their Agenda 2064 very soon, so that Africa can electrify their houses, if I may put it that way. Because he's talking of renewable energy, that this investment also is going to curb the illegal migrations that end up in Italy, Spain, and Germany. So let us look at the video and we will come back with our commentaries.
Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is now styling her country as the continent's saviour. Hosting an international summit for Africa at the Italian Senate in Rome on Monday, Meloni claimed that the destiny of the continent was intertwined with Europe.
Our future inevitably depends on Africa's future. We know this and want to do our part, which is why we've launched an ambitious program of interventions that can help the continent grow and prosper from its immense resources. This is the backbone of the Italian strategic project we have called the Mattei Plan for Africa.
Appropriately, in attendance to discuss the Mattei Plan were leaders of the European Union, seemingly on board with Meloni's push to address the question of migrant arrivals. Record numbers arrived in Italy last year from North Africa. That prompted Europe's leaders, including Meloni, to strike more bilateral agreements on action from African countries at the border.
This project, they just want to help Africa grow. Nothing else. They just want to help Africa grow. But African, they have been in this situation with the European that are unveiling a lot of money, pumping a lot of money into Africa. But still, African countries, they are still living in abject poverty. This project that they have been identified is their own project. What they need is just a host country to agree so that they can put up this production in those countries and start sending back the end product from this investment that they are talking about. They don't want to stop this illegal migration very soon. I hope by now these people, they have a list of countries where illegal migrants are coming from. And if they really want to help Africa to be out of this abject poverty, to stop these illegal migrants flocking into their country, then in this money that they have budgeted for this project, they can just go to Nigeria, Mali, Senegal, and Niger, all the northern and western countries that are having a lot of illegal migrants that end up in Europe. They must just go to those countries and implement this project so that they can help Africa to industrialize, so that they can help Africa to grow. They are not serious when it comes to Africa, to help Africa to industrialize, to help Africa to come out of this abject poverty. They are pushing this agenda of Africa to start using the renewable energy. Africa must stop using the coal in their power station and start using renewable energy. 40% of African energy is being exported to Europe. We have countries that are having load shedding because of their coal that are being packed into the container and shipped to Europe so that it can heat their homes. But they are coming in a pretense to say Africa, they need renewable energy so that they can light up their house, but it's not true. Just look at the country that they have been identified. So these countries that they have been chosen, they are very strategic, close to Europe. These people, they are not going to use a lot of money to transport this end product to their country. They have a project of renewable energy that they want to bring in Africa, even though 40% of African energy is being transported to Europe. Another initiative is that they want to help some countries in agriculture sector, so that their productivity in agriculture will improve. They want to provide they want to provide water network in DRC. Is it true? We'll see about that. And they want to help African country in their education sector. These are the projects that they have identified, and they want to implement this project into Africa. But again, if these people are very serious when it comes to solving African problem, we have Burundi, which is a very poorest country when it comes to World Banking ranks. Why can't they go to Burundi and help these people with water network, because they are in need of water network, and set up these plants of renewable energy and electrified the whole country? Why can't they do that? And again, if we look at Malawi, they are also in need of electricity. With the hydropower station that they have in their country, they are still in the dark because of the economic situation in their country. They are unable to electrify all the houses in Malawi. That's why they are in need of this project. But none of these countries that I have mentioned, they are part of this project that they were identified when it comes to renewable energy. All they wanted is just a host country to put up their factories and start sending back their end product to their country. They are not in any rush to stop the illegal migrants. They are not in any rush to improve the condition of African. They are not. But it's also high time that the African leaders, they stop going to those countries. If the Europeans, they are looking for a host country, they must come down to Africa. They must come down to Africa, to a host country where they have intended to put their machineries and negotiate with those people. But to pick 20 leaders, African leaders, just to go and listen to this 20 project, I think those things, they're supposed to come to an end, because we know their policy when it's come to Africa. As long as the African countries, they don't have any veto rights when it's come to United Nations, so that they can oppose project. They have no veto rights. Someone can just come up with a project, we want to implement this, but you cannot deny, because you don't have that veto rights. You can speak, but you don't have that power to push them back and say, this one, we are not allowing it. So as soon as the African continent came together and stand together and speak in one voice, all these things can be stopped. Even a smaller country from Europe is coming to lecture bigger countries in Africa, just because African, they are regarded as poor. Even though the Prime Minister have acknowledged that Africa is not poor, it's just by speaking, because they need a host country to put their production. But in their mind, they know that these people, they are nothing. And that is the truth. They don't have that power to stop them. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched up to this far, consider yourself subscribing to the channel. Turn on your notification so that you can be notified whenever I upload a video. Like the video so that it can be recommended to a lot of people. And don't forget again to leave your comment down below so that we can continue with the conversation to see if really African leaders, they should be called for 20 projects or for 4 projects that are being identified, but they have to be called 20, 50 of them to a tiny country in Europe. Is it right? So leave your comment down below so that we can continue with the conversation and share this video to your loved ones. So see you on my next one. Bye-bye and bye.